Hey Polytopians, welcome back to another World Championship qualifier, this time for the farming utopias of ZEBASI. Normally, I give a little bit more introduction, but this past weekend featured so many amazing moments that I'm just going to have to let them speak for themselves. I'm Chris, and these are the best moments from the semis and finals of the ZEBASI qualifiers. Let's jump into it. Up first is the semifinal match between Justeeni Lingueeni and LeLiberateur. With both players having made it this far before, the stakes are higher than ever to perform. While LeLiberateur starts off strong with an early construction giant, Justeeni manages to match that by barely snagging the Eye of God monument, keeping him in the game. His play into hunting looks stellar when he opens an archery ruin on the same turn, giving him nice counterplay to LeLiberateur's surefire giant spam. LeLiberateur decides to make the first real move of the game and expand aggressively with Rhodes into the north. However, Justeeni prepared for this, getting Rhodes himself on the previous turn and setting up to make a decisive play. He sieges LeLiberateur's south city and kicks him off the village in the north at the same time. With a decisive city advantage, Justeeni simply needs to hang on to his lead. After some unsuccessful siege attempts, LeLiberateur realizes the game is lost and resigns. Game 2 is equally asymmetrical, with Justeeni opening riding instead of the classic construction opener we see from LeLiberateur. This does not pan out for Justeeni, whose Central Explorer reveals that he is separated from his opponent by a massive lake. Meanwhile, LeLiberateur again quickly achieves his first giant, this time opting to play for the water early to improve his expansion pace. From there, his advantage becomes evident. His giant races on the water towards Justeeni's exposed city, setting up a siege while LeLiberateur sizes up the potential for Justeeni to pull off a Houdini. On the next turn, the bluff is called. LeLiberateur's juggernaut comes crashing onto land at the same time as he denies Justeeni key villages in the east and west corners. Justeeni, hopelessly outmatched in expansion, resigns. In the final game, it seems like Justeeni is fated to finally open with construction, but he once again proves his versatility by leading with organization instead. While he shifts into construction afterwards, he cannot match LeLiberateur's early giant and begins falling behind. However, Justeeni's position is not all bad. With 5 easily accessible villages and a wealth of farms, he begins to claw back the advantage by setting up several overlapping windmills. Despite avoiding construction initially and LeLiberateur's early star ruin, Justeeni is still the first to trade, dropping his first market on turn 11. By turn 12, he is up 15 stars per turn. Despite this lead, LeLiberateur fights back on the water, launching an all-out assault with his many juggernauts, defenders in tow. By turn 16, this attack has transitioned to land, and it looks like Justeeni's east city is going to fall. Between a rock and a hard place, Justeeni must navigate an incoming cloak alongside the 2 giants staring him down. With a clutch giant pop and a marvelous series of bounces to uncover and kill the cloak, Justeeni thwarts LeLiberateur's attack and his hopes of advancing past the semifinals. Next up is the semifinal match between PolyCrystal, otherwise known as Polynomial, and Willibomb, who is once again eyeing first place. PolyCrystal starts off the first game on the right foot, getting a majestic turn 5 giant to make up for his slow expansion. Willibomb, already under pressure, ekes out his own giant 2 turns later, helping to stabilize the position. With the giants advancing, the players immediately opt for 2 different approaches to support their growing attacks. PolyCrystal goes for riding, while Willibomb plays for archery. Willibomb's careful siege forces out an expensive unsiege with Rhodes from PolyCrystal, who makes progress elsewhere when his giant sieges Willibomb's level 1 city. As Willibomb's second giant arrives to once again siege PolyCrystal's west city, it seems as though this is the final nail in the coffin. However, PolyCrystal adeptly plays for his Gate of Power monument, squeezing out another giant from the city and holding everything together. However, Willibomb prepared adequately and immediately sieges the city again, taking it and putting himself firmly in the lead. After some skirmishing around PolyCrystal's capital, Willibomb's attack breaks through, forcing PolyCrystal to resign. Game 2 is a really quick one. As both players expand towards the center, Willibomb is cut off from expansion completely by PolyCrystal, who has the unit advantage in the center of the map. Willibomb, demoralized and not wanting to prolong the inevitable, resigns. The early giant is PolyCrystal's once again in the final game, as he achieves it on turn 6. However, Willibomb manages to cut him off from the center of the map, securing a city advantage and strong water control in the process. Despite this, PolyCrystal plays on, achieving trade at a ludicrous pace and dropping his first market on turn 8. Willibomb, behind on development, is forced to wait another 3 turns to match. The two then dance around each other in the water, trading Juggernaut splashes and looking for openings. Willibomb, first to the water, is also first to bombers, which prove to be the opening he needs. 2 magnificent bomber splashes rip apart PolyCrystal's defense and allow Willibomb to progress his attack onto land. After an intense back and forth, it seems like PolyCrystal is actually stabilized and the game is going to stalemate. However, both players are dead set on winning, and both try one last idea: knights. In the end, Willibomb's knight is the one that strikes true, landing a game-ending chain.
He's teasing us. He's doing everything.
He's doing it slowly. No! No!
No!
No!
Oh, God!
And sending him to the finals, where he will face Justeeni. Both of these players have been here before, but only one can break the finals curse. Who will it be? Let's find out. Justeeni is forced into fishing in Game 1, but very quickly transforms this into a key strength as the map is revealed. His early explorers give him a surprisingly quick turn 6 giant with Eye of God, and he is poised to expand towards the villages on the other side of the lake, leaving Willibomb in the dust. Willibomb, however, has faced these kinds of positions before, and unveils his plan: markets. His first comes down on turn 10, and he quickly scales it from there. Despite Willibomb's economic powerhouse, Justeeni pushes forward, using his abundant water access to quickly stifle Willibomb's attempt to contest the lake. His bombers also help him attack Willibomb's exposed capital, which he must defend with several giants. Just when it seems like Willibomb can put together a tidy defense with knights, Justeeni lands a critical Juggernaut siege. Willibomb, just shy of having enough units to unsiege, resigns the game. The second game between the two is the longest we've seen, so strap in. The fireworks don't truly start until the 12th turn, where we see Justeeni's investment into sailing pay off. He snipes Willibomb's exposed warrior sitting on a crucial central village, preventing it from capturing and giving himself a huge tempo advantage. He keeps the momentum going on the next turn, landing a thunderous Juggernaut siege on the center of Willibomb's position. Willibomb, who invested in riders, lacks the techs or the population to unsiege, giving Justeeni a crucial city snipe. Despite this edge, Justeeni is forced onto the back foot by Willibomb's rammers. Willibomb quickly transitions this attack amphibiously, sieging Justeeni with a 30 HP giant and threatening to drive a dagger into the heart of his position. Justeeni, however, never one to give up the advantage so easily, unsieges with a well-timed giant pop. He then lands his Juggernaut on the other side of the lake, making a play for the final unclaimed village. Willibomb cannot respond to this play, instead opting to go into trade. After a few turns of jockeying for position, Willibomb sets up an attack to reclaim the city he lost 6 turns ago, landing a full HP giant siege on the city. Justeeni is forced to give up the city, leveling the naval playing field and giving Willibomb some much-needed breathing room. Justeeni responds by getting 2 bombers and threatening to lock down control of the water. Willibomb then responds back with sailing to snipe a bomber, but Justeeni is already making up lost ground in the economic department with markets of his own. Willibomb, realizing he's losing in this endgame, commits to a massive assault. His giants on land attempt to steal a city, while his juggernauts vie for control of the lake. Despite Justeeni's naval presence, he is unable to defend the city and cedes it to Willibomb, bringing the city count even after 24 turns of back and forth. After cheeky capital sieges, attempted cloak chains, and a 30-turn slugfest, the game is decided via panel.
The judge's decision is, due to more future giants and slightly better water access, long-term eco and knight's cloaks eventually will equal out. But Willibomb does take the victory. It is 1-2-1. We're going to game 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Game 3 starts off dicey for Justeeni, who fails to find early villages and must play into riding instead. A clutch population ruin keeps him in the game economically, but Willibomb's 4-farm second city prevents a nigh insurmountable barrier to victory. Justeeni, however, pulls off a miraculous Rhodes play to steal Willibomb's 3rd city, setting him up to attack faster than Willibomb can amass a suitable defense. Willibomb, back against the wall, makes 2 giants and ominously marches them forward. The first arrives on turn 10, sealing the fate of the city Justeeni stole all those turns ago. The second marches towards Justeeni's exposed city on the lake, preparing to thrust Willibomb into the lead and seal the series. In the biggest moment of the series so far, Justeeni delivers. A beautiful Houdini using Eye of God banishes Willibomb's giant and shuts down his attack on Justeeni's otherwise fragile position. With the series on the line, Willibomb plays calmly, amplifying his markets and setting up to defend. However, Justeeni's critical series of giant moves prevents Willibomb's giant from reaching the city in time. As his giant walks into Willibomb's city, the crown descends upon Justeeni's head. Give it up for your ZEBASI champion. He's done it again! Justeeni has earned his second shot at making it to Sweden, representing ZEBASI. I hope you enjoyed watching this round of the qualifiers. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a comment on your favorite highlight. Until next time, peace.
Whoa!